Okay, so first thing, what is Confluence? So if you know Wikipedia, and if you have ever worked on it with the, you know, some some content modification or something like that, then I think Confluence will be easy for you, because Confluence is nothing but your private wiki, not for your personal use, but it's for the project also. So every project you have a lots of knowledge, you know, knowledge for the knowledge for architecture, some documents, some slides, some meeting information, design documents, review documents. A lot of knowledge we have within a project. So how do we store this knowledge? Where do we store this knowledge? And if you look at the enterprises, we have a lots of project, uh, you know, 50, 100, 200 projects each company they'll be running with it. So how individual project will store their content, knowledge, and also give access based on the rule based. How that can be possible? It can be integrated with the multiple other tools also. And for that, only we are using a tool called Confluence. Confluence is a tool for the knowledge management, wiki you can say, document management also you can say, page management also you can say. This from the Atlassian. This tool is developed in Java. You can install in your premises also. You can use the cloud-based version also. In this demo, I'm going to use the cloud-based version, which you don't. For that, you don't have to install it. Okay, so that is Confluence. Now, in order to use the Confluence, you have to understand that. So these are the different offerings which we have. So today in this session, I'm going to use the cloud, but you can install on premises also. Most of the organizations will be having this installed already. Now, some difference between the cloud and server, not much actually, at a little bit UI and some of the minor functionality will have a difference. So I will not spend time here. Cloud versus server and so on. So cloud is easy to get started with it. So you don't have to set up a server and all kind of things. Okay, so what are the common use cases for Confluence? So yeah, you can use for internal, technical, and process documentation. You may use for the published documentations, knowledge base for customer support. You can use it. Collaborative documentation between the groups, and all stuff like the product information sharing and all department information sharing and all. You can use it. Okay, so this is something which we have. Now, how do we manage the content at Confluence? So, as part of this session, I'll teach you what are the different types of content which you have, users and permission. Some how do we categorize those content, and so on. Okay, so the first thing which you have, how do you manage the content using space? So, what is a space? So space you can think of as if it's like a folder in your laptop, just like you manage a lots of file inside a folder, right? Or directory. Same way you can think of space is a place on Confluence where you can manage lots of pages. Okay. So you cannot have a here you cannot have another space inside one space. So you can have a multiple pages or blocks inside a space, and that is how it is. So space organize all content. Think of them as a folder, top level, non-hierarchical, contain pages and blocks. What space what spaces to create as an important decision. Users can have a personal space also. So every user will have one personal space, and also he'll be a part of some other space also, project related space also. And the name is unique, and that is how it is. You are managing the content. So can I show you this demo here? This is the look at this here. So this is one space. Name of the space is my first space. You can go and create a more spaces actually. So I have one space which is called SM Galaxy, and then this one is my space. You can create a more space. Let me create here. So blank space. These are the template available for the team, for the documentation, knowledge, software project space, or whatever exactly you want to create it. So these are the templates and all this stuff you have. So what is the name of this space? So let's make it Sunday. This is should be unique. Okay, and created a space. So every projects or departments will have their own space. So now you have a Sunday also. So and by now I have a three space. Sunday, my first space, and assemblies. So are you comfortable with the space concept, all of you?
Yes, Rajesh.
Okay, so now how do we create a pages and blog? So pages, I don't think so. I have to teach you what is a pages. Anything you create inside a space, you have a pages. Now, one thing which you need to understand is pages will have a child pages. That means pages are hierarchical. So there is a root pages. So here, if you see this Sunday, which you see, this is spelling mistake by the way. So here it's a root page, home page. Okay, and inside that, whatever you create, you will have a child pages. So like because I created this space through using template, so some pages you have got it here left side you can see. So you can create a more pages here. See create, and this page title you can give it anything whatever you like. Okay, so here product DevOps school architecture document or something like that, and then you will feed the content. I'll teach you how to write a content also, and so and publish. So like this, you see created a one page left side. You see that here. So this DevOps school architecture is the child page for this home page, which you can see. This page is also you can modify. Okay, comments, watch, not watch, all this thing you can do the share. Here you have so many options again. So copy, move, export, archive, delete. You can set the restrictions and all. Who has modified the pages? You can see the history here. Okay, so how many times it modify and all kinds of things. So lots of features you have. Many of the features are self-explanatory, so not dragging this. So, but that one thing is remember, pages are hierarchical, and each pages you can have an attachment also. So, for example, now I am feeding the attachment here. So here go to file, attachment, and here you upload some file. So let's go for the desktop and some file. Let's say this is one attachment. I'm feeding some name and attach. Now the attachment immediately will not be visible to the page. How to see that? I'll show you that. So here you see that file is not visible, but actually you will see here. Uh, here. So attachment, if you click, you will have a files. Here you see one attachment top. You can upload more. But how to see on the pages that I'll teach you. That you can do through the macros that I made to come. So you have a pages. You have a blog. So each space will have a one blog which you can find it here. Now here if you see that I don't find a blog. Okay, here I don't find a block, but technically you should be having one block. So what to do? So basically I use the template. That's the reason blog is disabled. You can go to the space setting and enable the block. So somewhere there is one option where you can enable the block. So this is a permission related to space, and here manage pages. Here you have this one, here you have this one, space details. I'm just checking that option where you have a block. So you know, multiple options are there. So edit sidebar, everything you can customize it here. See here, this is the edit sidebar. So enable the block and overview if you want to do that, that is also. So now I did this and enable the block. So now here this blog, you will have a announcement sort of things. Okay, announcement means some release update or something like team outing or something like that. So let's say blog post you are writing DevOps school version 1 is being released. Okay, so this information you will publish. So blog, you can see that here. Now this one blog is like that. You can add a more blogs and stuff like that. That is how it is. So each space will have one blog, multiple posts you can have it. Attachment I showed you that and stuff like that. Now pages and space both you can set a permission with the users group and so on. So here permission determine what Confluence user can do. Permission exists at a space level, site level, and page level. So page level you can manage the restrictions. I showed you here. Let's say I go for this page, which is empty, and here I can work for the restrictions, which is where is it? Page here. Okay, this restriction is disabled for me because this is a trial one, so you can modify also. But this is the page level. How do we do the site level? So site setting, and here you see the permission, space permission, general. Here you can decide which user and which group will have what permission. Right now it's disabled for me because of it's a free account for me. That's the reason. So you can upgrade it and you'll get it also this option. Okay, and this one is site level. So site level you have here. Site level means site means Infosys is like one site inside that hundreds of project. So here also you can work on this global permissions, space permissions, security, groups and user. This is at the site level. Okay, so mind it here. So also you can manage it. How do we create a categorizations for the space or pages? Okay, or attachment. So categories, how can you create? So in a space, we have, let me take you to that. You want to, let's say you have hundreds of space and each of the space you want to put it inside it as a in form of category. So how do you do this? Go to the space setting and here go to the space details and here you see categories. So you can create a category here, documentations. You can add a more categories, whichever you want. So you can categorize it. But unfortunately, this option is not available at the page level. So how do you categorize the content? So for page level, there's one thing which is there, which called label, which is you find at the end of it. See here. This is the page, this is the content, and this label. So here you can add a label, DevOps. So here I added DevOps and here Ramu Kaka. I entered this Ramu Kaka also and automatically it will get saved. Now if you want to go to the home page and search for Ramu Kaka, see that Ramu Kaka, enter. And see here this page has come because it's label. So this way also you can categorize. Same label you can add it to attachment also. Okay. So this is the way you can do that. So the plan is something like you'll have a site, then inside that multiple space and then multiple pages, and each pages will have a hierarchies, parent, home page, and child page. Are you able to understand that, all of you?
So in here, you did mention like a site is like an organization, right?
Thanks for watching. Want to study further? Join our training programs today.